Hey dudes, dudettes and dudles, and welcome to reading your comments with me. Who are your favorite and least favorite characters to edit with? When it comes to editing, there is certain things that make some characters easier to work with than others. For example, the hair. If the character has a lot of hair, a lot of floating hair, like for example Aris from Sinbad, she's a pain in the ass to edit with because her hair is all over the place, there's a lot of details on her, and makes it really, really difficult to work with. While Cinderella is very easy to work with because her hair tends to stay in place. So when it comes to easy to edit with versus difficult to edit with, it usually depends on the hair. When it comes to my personal favorites to edit with, then I usually love to edit with Hollie. The reason for that is because she's blonde, she has white skin, white clothes, but the backgrounds in her movie are often very dark, so she makes it very easy to work with. Plus, she has a lot of good scenes despite not having a shit ton of footage, but what she does have is brilliant. Congratulations for your subscribers, thank you! You deserve 1,000 more subscribers. Thank you! I love you! I love your videos. Thank you! Is there a question in here? They are always amazing. Thank you. Is there a question in here? I want to ask you one thing, finally. How long have you been editing videos? I have been editing videos since technically 2008. August. That's when I uploaded my very first video, but back then I edited with this thing on my phone called Video DJ, where I would have to sit and record whatever the footage I wanted to use was, and it's not very good videos. Don't go back and look at my oldest videos. The only reason they're still on my channel is because I don't want to delete them. I kind of want them to stay there to remind me how far I've gotten when it comes to my editing. When it comes to what I consider to be my proper editing debut, I would say that was in October 2011. That's 6 years ago. How about that? As a Danish person, can you understand other Nordic languages like Norwegian and Swedish? Are you required to learn other Nordic languages in school or something? For example, in Finland, they are required to learn Swedish in schools. I think the ability to understand other Nordic languages has kind of been lost in Scandinavia with my generation. We haven't really been taught anything in the schools, but with that being said, Swedish, Norwegian, and Danish are languages that are very, very similar. So we can understand each other if we actually try, but it really depends on who you ask. Like in my school, for example, we have a Norwegian book called Møder mellem mennesker, and I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced. In Danish it would be Møder mellem mennesker, but as you can hear, maybe it's very similar and it's spelled the way you should say it. Like the thing with Norwegian and Swedish, at least to me, is that as long as you read it out loud and you read it exactly as it's written, you can figure out the meaning behind it. Hi, I have one question and two suggestions. One, are you gonna do other MPs like the mermaid or fairy ones? Those were really nice. When you say that, I assume you don't necessarily mean death edits, but more like the mythical creatures type of thing. I'll do it if someone, like, you know, says they're gonna host an MP with that sort of theme, but I'm not gonna host one mostly because I don't know what theme that would be with another mythic creature. There has been a lot. There's been forest creatures, mermaids, fairies, and so forth. If there's gonna be another one, I might join it. Now my first suggestion, could you make other videos with Halestorm songs? I love the I Get It Off one, and there are other songs which would be amazing. I do love Halestorm, and I do definitely want to edit more with that band, but it kind of depends on me getting an actual idea. Plus, if I was going to make an MEP with it, I would need to know that people would actually want to join. Second, it would be funny to make AMV with Disney songs but featuring only non-Disney characters from DreamWorks, for example. I have a similar idea for one of my monthly editing challenges, so you are gonna see something like that at some point. How did you make crossover LGBTQ couples that quick? And by the way, your videos are awesome. Thank you! I don't understand your question. How did you make crossover LGBTQ couples that quick? As in, how did I gain interest in doing it that quickly, or do you feel like I make so many LGBTQ videos that I'm doing it very, very fast in comparison to other videos? Or to me, straight slash femme slash, I don't really care. It's the same thing when I watch other videos or make it myself. To me, it doesn't really matter if it's 2 males, 2 females, male, female, transgender, gender fluid, whatever. I don't really care. Editing is editing and love is love. I don't really care one way or another. I don't really notice it. When I watch movies or read books, for example, I don't really care what you would categorize their sexuality as either. I care about the story. So to me, I really don't understand your question. If you were able to live in another time and place, 1920s Japan for example, where would that be and why? I would not go back in time. I would move forward for one simple reason. I'm hoping, praying, imagining that in the future we are gonna be much more open-minded than we are now. Because if you compare now to just 100 years ago, the racism isn't blooming as much, even though it can sometimes feel like it is. There isn't as much homophobia and transphobia. Same-sex marriages have been legalized in a lot of different places. Sexism isn't flourishing as much. Sometimes it's hard to remember that today is better than it was 100 years ago when it comes to these subjects, but it really is. We are nowhere near the finishing line yet. We have not become as open-minded and as loving as I would love us to be. But we're getting there. Slowly, but we're getting there. So I would move to a time where racism, homophobia, transphobia, sexism, misandry, misogyny, whatever, all those type of terms, I would move to a time where those have become a part of history, where they roll their eyes at those kind of stories and are like, how could they be that stupid? I would move to a time where those just don't exist anymore. Hey AiraSora, I love your channel so much. I hope you'll read this comment. I am! Who is your favorite Disney ship and why? I love you, thank you. My favorite Disney ship, that one's hard. If it has to be Disney only, then Robin Hood and Basil of Baker Street, Frollo and Esmeralda, Jane Porter and Jim Hawkins. Yeah, I would say those are my top 3 Disney only ships. React to more porn, that was hilarious. Sorry to sound like a perv. Honestly, I agree with you. My absolute favorite video on my channel that isn't editing based is my listening to Not Safe for Work audios video. It was a hilarious experience to sit and live stream while I was listening to Not Safe for Work audios. It was cringy, it was uncomfortable, it was funny, and I have a lot of respect for people who can sit down and actually record porn audio. I think that demands determination that I probably don't have. But listening to it was a lot of fun. There's a lot of different videos out there, a lot of different audios, a lot of different artists, I guess. Point is, I would love to do more like that, but the problem is, the first time I did it, I had a friend who sent me all these links to the different audios, and she could be like, hey, this one, this one, this one, and then I would just have to sit and go through the links and actually listen to them. If I were to do this again, I would need a second person to do that for me. I would need you guys to help me do it, because if I sit down and look for these audios, it's very likely that I'll accidentally bust something for myself, or I will find some audios that aren't as good, or I don't know. I would need someone to send me some links to those Not Safe for Work audios. That just, I'm not trying to fish for anything. Just, you know, if you want me to do that, then you can send me some. I'd love to do it again. It's funny. Oh jeez, this is a big one. Congrats hitting the milestone, double digits. Yay! I have a few questions. Any advice for someone who is also passionate about sign language, yet by a skill in my overall major? So my question is, once someone is done with all given years offered at your given school, in this case my college, what happens? Do I just have Do I just have that my own records, or does it promote anything? Okay, I'm sorry if I'm misunderstanding your question here, but I'm gonna try and answer. First of all, I would like to correct something. I am not studying sign language as a subject or whatever. I am studying sign language because I'm studying to become a deaf interpreter. I am studying to become a signer. I am studying the job. Yes, I'm studying sign language along with studying the job, but I am actually studying to become someone who can be hired to do these things. So I'm not really the right person to ask. Besides, I'm pretty sure it depends on your country. In my country, you can In my country, you can study sign language just, to study sign language, but that's not what I'm doing. I am studying to become an actual deaf interpreter. I am studying to be able to get this as a job. So I'm not the right person to ask, sorry. A follow-up question. Will you have videos where you show a bit of sign language? Actually, question. What hair dye product do you use in your hair? I have no idea. I have a hairdresser. He puts whatever he's putting in my hair to color it. I have a green hairdresser, a ecological one, I guess you could call it, because I'm afraid of putting chemicals in my hair. I have a lot of allergies and I would rather not risk losing my hair. So I've been going to an ecological hairdresser for the past 10 years. I'm afraid to do anything else, to be honest. It's expensive, so I only do it like twice a year or something. But it's worth it because it's healthier for your hair and you don't risk, well, losing your hair because of the chemicals or whatever they put in it. I'm not talking shit about hairdressers who work with chemicals or whatever to color their own hair or anyone else's hair. That's up to them. I just prefer to use natural hair products. I feel like it's less risky, so I can't really tell you what is in my hair, what kind of hair product. I don't do it myself. I make a professional do it. I couldn't do this myself, please. Also, please show pictures with other dyed hair looks. Okay. These are a few different types of looks I've had over the past 10 years. My very first look was just one pink stripe. I don't think I have any pictures with that. I've had red hair, I had orange stripes, I've had purple stripes, red stripes, I have blue stripes as I have right now, and I think that's about it. I've run out of ways to color my hair, I think. I have a fourth question. Seeing as you are bi, if school and videos were in the way, would you be looking for a significant other or do you not care about dating? Okay, first of all, I want to say something about my sexuality. I don't know what my sexuality is. Yes, I know I'm 23 years old. Some people would say that it's time that I actually figure it out, but frankly, it's been changing a lot over the years. I think my sexuality is very much on a spectrum. It changes as I get older. It changes depending on the people I meet and so forth. I mean, I went from thinking I was lesbian to straight to bisexual to biromantic to what else? Aromantic but bisexual. Aromantic pansexual, I don't know. So I've kind of decided that I don't know what my sexuality is. I don't know who I'm going to be attracted to. I don't know anything when it comes to that. All I know is that I'm a sexual person and have and probably always will have a sexual attraction towards both male and female and whatever other genders there may be. But what I don't know is who I'm going to be romantically attracted to, because that's a lot harder to me to be romantically attracted to someone. It has happened, of course. When it comes to the second part of your question, I'm not really the kind of person to look for someone to date. I'm more of a if it happens type of person. If I meet someone I'm interested in, I'm gonna do my part to show that I am interested and try to read any signals from the other person. I'm not gonna go full out and be like, hey, wanna date or something like that. I'm more of a let's see where this goes type of thing. If it's meant to be and we both like each other, I feel like it will happen naturally. What animated film universe would you live in? What role would you want to have and why? I don't know. That is not something I've ever considered because it can't happen, I guess. I guess I'd like to live... No, I can't think of a single animated universe I would love to live in. The challenge is to bring one of your dogs and show a weird quirk they have. Okay, here's a video of some weird quirks. Freshman! Yay! Hello, I'm Ida. I would like to tell you how much I love Danish pastries and cakes. I eat them all the time because they taste so good. Also, I think Hollie is the most fantastic lady on the planet. Anyway, now I must read more comments. I was just overwhelmed by my love of Hollie and the British Queen. Challenge. Hold a Danish pastry next to your head. No. I'm not gonna go out and spend money on a Danish pastry I'm not gonna eat anyway. Do you like any of these Disney shows? I'm gonna get some hate for this, but I've never been a big fan of the Disney shows. When it comes to cartoon series and shows, I've always been most fond of the Cartoon Network ones. With that being said, I did watch Gummy Bears and Tailspin. On the list of the shows you provided, those are the two ones I've actually watched and enjoyed as a kid. The others I either never watched or just listened to the theme song and then just moved on. I kind of feel the same way about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I really didn't like the show. I know it's not Disney, just saying that right now. But I really love the intro song and I would sit and listen to the intro song. I would wait for the intro song to come on and then once the actual show began, I just didn't watch it. Do you like Adventure Time? I've never actually watched it and I don't think I'm going to. I don't know, when it comes to modern cartoons, I'm really picky. I don't like the animation style in Adventure Time, for example, or in, what's it called, Gravity Falls, or Steven's Universe. I don't know, no hate on the shows, I've heard a lot of good things about them and they seem to be doing really well and kudos to them. But I don't really like the animation style very much, I can be very picky with it. And if there are certain things I just don't like or that I find distracting, I can't really sit and fully enjoy a show. So I'm probably not gonna be watching any new modern cartoons. Not that I think all old... Hey, stop. Not that I think all old cartoons have the best animation style, mind you, but I did grow up with them, so I feel like I probably wasn't as picky about them as a child as I would be now. But yeah, when it comes to me and modern cartoons, I probably have not watched a single one you might think of, ever. Been thinking for days, don't know what to say, almost rhymed. Well, first, congrats to all of the subs, you deserve them all, and you know why. Too bad some tend to leave weird comments though. Well, that's just the way it is with YouTube. You can't really avoid any of the weirdos. I mean, I'm one of them, just saying. Now for some questions. 1. Is there anything you wish would be more explored in the non-Disney community? In type of story, I mean. Like, is there some stories you wish were already out there? Sorry, I don't really know how to phrase this question. I think I know what you mean. To me, I guess a thing I would love to be explored more in the editing community in general would be adult themes. And that's as close to a specific answer I'm gonna give. Because I love fluff, I love my romance and so forth, but I would love to see some more adult stuff in the editing community. I mean, the majority of editors are adults, so I kind of would wish more people reflected that in their editing. I would love to see more adult relationships, more taboo, more... I don't know, I would like to see less fluff. Trust me, I love fluff. I do. I love editing with fluff, I love watching fluff, but I would love to see some darker themes too. This might be like fishing for compliments, but anything you would like to say about my videos? What do you think about my editing style? Is there anything you would like to see me edit? I believe I've already complimented you on this in the past, but you tend to think out of the box in comparison to other editors that I know and even myself. And that's something I really hope you will continue to do, because your videos always have this, I don't know, very out of the box look to it, the the way it's edited, the way you portray certain things and so forth. So I would say keep thinking outside of the box. Not a question, but I really hope that you will watch Private Romeo and share your reaction with us. Thank you for reminding me of that. I really do want to live stream while I watch that movie. I just need to find a good time to do it. I have written it down in my live stream ideas document. I just need to find the appropriate time to actually sit and live stream it. I'll do that soon. I promise. I am moving house soon. My house is going to look so snazzy. What the fuck is snazzy? Speaking of, I like the color of your walls. Thank you. Also, where are we coming from? We are from the planet Jupiter. Pretty sure we are Earthlings, and therefore we are from planet Earth. But if you want to be from planet Jupiter, then good on you! Have you ever had a crush on Disney characters? Shang was mine. Hashtag Shang Senpai. I would have to say that I have had several cartoon crushes in general. One I would think is fun to mention would be Peter Pan. And if you know what I'm like today, then that might surprise you. Because Peter Pan is what I would describe as that ex-boyfriend where you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? Because Peter Pan today annoys me to no end. I really think his character is annoying. I really don't like his stories. In general, Peter Pan is not really my thing anymore. But as a child, I had a huge crush on him. Like, I remember this fantasy I had. I've always been a daydreamer as a child and still am. And I would have this fantasy where I would be swimming in a pool with my classmates and Peter Pan would like have joined us as my boyfriend or something, I guess, and he would like fly over the water while I would be swimming here or something. I don't know what the hell that was about, I guess. I don't know. No, I really don't know what that was about. Moving on! What video has been the most fun for you to make so far? I love all of them. Ah, thank you. I feel like one of the first ones that come to mind would be when I was making Anastasia from Cinderella be a fairy. And that might be a surprising answer, but I just remember while I was editing that, I just kept adding more stuff to her. I kept experimenting with the way I wanted her to look. I did a lot of the shape layers, I changed her hair, I changed her eyes, I changed everything. And I just remembered how much fun it was to sit and design her, so to speak. I don't know, that one was a lot of fun to me. But if you're thinking more long-term video, I guess the video with Frollo and Esmeralda, where the gypsies have convinced Esmeralda to seduce Frollo and lure him away so they can attack him. I guess that video was really fun for me to do because it was a video and an overall story I had been thinking a lot about and I really wanted to make. And it's one of the videos and one of the stories that I really want to make a long-term video with, like we're talking 3-4 minutes or something like that. I really want to make this story and I want to make it soon, but I can't make it soon because I need to have time to make it soon. And I never have time for anything anymore. First off, congrats on the 10k subs. I'm so proud of you and you truly deserve it. Thank you. Anyway, my question is very random, but I don't know what else to ask. If animals could talk, which animal would be the most annoying and why? If I'm allowed to say a specific animal, I would say my youngest dog, Aslan, would be really fucking annoying if he could talk. He's annoying just as he is now. I don't want him to be able to talk, I really don't. But I guess an overall animal would be birds. And ironically enough, some of them can talk, but I'm thinking more like all birds, like the pigeons outside, whatever, if they could talk. Roosters, imagine roosters, like it's annoying enough that they like do whatever they do in the morning, that shout, I don't remember the word for it, that cock-a-doodle-doo, I guess. Imagine if they were screaming something at the top of their lungs, like an actual word, I don't know, fuck you, whatever. I don't think animals shouldn't talk. Some parrots can talk, and that's good, but I really wouldn't want all type of birds to talk, because birds are everywhere, and you would never get peace and quiet ever. I want to know, what is your guilty pleasure Disney movie? Now, if you had said animated movie in general, I would say a Danish movie called Circling, because that movie is a children's movie. We're not talking like 12 or 10 years old, we're talking like 5 or something like that. It is my guilty pleasure movie, and I usually watch it with I watched the version where there is a signer down in the corner, so I can watch the sign language version of it as well. That way it's study related and I have an excuse to watch it. But you were asking for a Disney movie, so that doesn't really matter. I don't really think there is a Disney movie I would consider guilty pleasure. I guess Pocahontas 2? I don't know, I've always loved that movie, despite the hate. I feel like that's probably one of the most unpopular sequels ever, but I loved it. I loved the animation, funny enough. I loved the new characters, I loved the story. I don't know, Pocahontas 2 to me was a good movie, I liked it. And I don't care what anyone else thinks, I loved it. What made you ship Hollina so much? Besides the obvious, no, just kidding. What made me ship Hollina to begin with was actually simply a matter of me casting them together. I had a story in my mind which was hardcore lesbian meets closeted shy girl, and that's how I casted it. Hollie was the hardcore lesbian who would help the shy Thumbelina come out of her shell, and that was the first video I made with them. And I don't know, it just took off after that. Would you ever be open to doing a video with transgender characters? Now, see, it's not that I wouldn't be open to do it, but the thing is, I don't know enough about transgender people in order to do a video I feel like would portray it correctly. I don't know what the usual transition is. I don't know anything about operations or hormones or pills or see, I obviously don't know enough about it. So if I were to do a video with a transgendered character, I would need to actually study it first, because I wouldn't want to risk making a video and portray transgendered people in an incorrect way. I don't want to spread incorrect information. So it's not that I'm not open to it, I would just need to actually study about it first. Are you Sin City trash? If you are, do you think Jackie Boy is hot? The only Jackie Boy I know is Jacksepticeye's superhero persona. I have no idea what Sin City is, so I'm guessing you weren't referring to Jacksepticeye. But yeah, Jackie Boy is hot, at least the Jackie Boy I'm thinking of. Please be my mom. I guess that would make great training for becoming an actual mom. Sure. I love your videos with Hollina. The videos are very nice. I love them, and you too. Thank you. There was no question in there. Comment. Notice me senpai, please notice me senpai, please notice me senpai. Minto, even if I tried not to notice you, I would notice you. Question. What are you going to be looking forward to the Hey Arnold movie? Now, see, the movie has been out for several weeks at this point, because you asked me this question a month ago, or something like that. But I would say that what I was looking forward to the most would be moments with Arnold and Helga. I don't know, Shortagi for the win, I guess. I was very, very happy with the Jungle movie. It was great. I really, really thought it was great. And now we can hope for a 6th season. Challenge, play Slenderman. Of all the fucking horror games you could ask me to play, you choose the most boring one that exists. Slenderman is not a horror game, it is a fucking rage game. And here's why. I'm already bored. Is this as boring as I imagined? A page, yeah. Help me. Nope. Slendy, could you kill me? Thank you. Oh. Hey, I got 3 pages in my first try and my last try. Boring. Well, that was all for this time. This was all the comments I got for this video. This was a lot of fun. Good questions, good comments, good whatever. Good for you, good for me, good for everyone. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I've been talking for way too long. I want to take this opportunity to thank you guys for subscribing to me and for supporting my videos for all this time. It's been amazing. I'm talking as if I'm about to stop editing. I'm not, don't worry, that's not what this is about. This milestone is... It's kind of been so overwhelming that I've been acting as if it's no big deal, but honestly it makes me really, really happy and I'm really, really proud, and I never thought I would reach a point in my life where I could say I had 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. It makes me really happy, And I want to take this opportunity to also talk about something else I've been planning. And this is something I have been considering for a very long time, but I wanted to make sure I had enough ideas for it. I wanted to make sure that it was actually something I wanted to do. But in the new year, at some point, meaning in 2018, I am gonna be creating a new channel. And you might be thinking, oh, is it gonna be a tutorial channel? No, it's not gonna have anything to do with editing whatsoever, but I wanted to talk about it here anyway. Basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be starting a sort of vlog type of channel. And it's something I wanted to do for a while because if you haven't noticed, I love talking and I love sharing, and I'm very, I'm an open book. I love to talk about anything. And I've been wanting to do a vlog type of channel for a good year or something now. But I wanted to wait until I was in the right mindset for it. I wanted to wait until I had enough ideas for it. And what this vlog is gonna be about is gonna be a lot of different things. It's gonna be about editing, it's gonna be about animation, it's gonna be about me, it's gonna be about my animals, my pets, it's gonna be about my life, it's gonna be about sign language. It's gonna be a lot of different things, but they will all have me in common. So if you like me, then you can go and subscribe to that channel once I open it. But if you don't like me, then I guess stay away from the channel. That would be the natural course of action, at least. Just stay away from it. It's not like this channel is gonna die or anything. This is still gonna be my editing channel, but what I want to do is I want to keep me separate from this channel, because I want this channel to actually focus on editing and not a lot of different things. So that's why I want to tell you guys, if there is a video on my channel where my face is in it, it's very likely that video is gonna disappear once I have my vlog channel, because I want to separate the AiraSora channel from my new vlog. So all the videos, my not safe for work listening to audios type of video, my gameplays, my challenges, whatever, with the exception of this video, then all my videos that have my face on it on this channel is gonna be moved to my new channel. It's not open yet, I haven't created it yet, but I'm going to at some point, and I'm of course gonna make a video where I talk about it again and where I tell you guys that the video is actually up and running. But I just wanted to say that if I have a video on my channel where my face is in it, then keep that in mind. It's gonna be deleted at some point and it's gonna be moved to the new vlog channel. So that's all for now. I am gonna sign off and go to bed. Except no, I'm not gonna go to bed. It's like 5 PM. I don't know why I said that. But I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna go join my mom in the living room. I'm gonna end the video and realize I don't actually know how to end this video, so I'm just gonna say one of my catchphrases, which is not really a catchphrase because that's not something I have, but I'm gonna say thanks for watching, and remember, make love, not shipping war. Oh, that was cringy.